goodwill. They responded to our call as the IFP when we said people must take their protest to the ballot box and vote out the government that has failed them. We want to convey our heartfelt gratitude and thank the people of South Africa. Secondly, as the IFP, we are satisfied. We are happy with the results. The effort we put in the campaign so far yielded to our targets. Basically, the IFP wanted to see the ANC removed in KwaZulu-Natal. That has been achieved. We wanted to see the ANC pushed down below 50% in Gauteng. That has been achieved. We wanted to see the ANC at a national level pushed below 50%. That has also been achieved. So we are very happy because when the new government gets constituted, it will be a new shape that will give a new direction in our country. People of South Africa have spoken loudly, and that is what we want to appreciate as we go forward. I also want to thank the media for giving us space, platform to communicate the message of goodwill to the people of South Africa. Without you, we could not reach the millions of South Africans who made an informed decision and did not follow heart, but use their brains in order to save our country. I want to re-emphasize the fact that there is what has been said all around, that in KwaZulu-Natal, a new political party, the MK, was sweeping every political party. I'm speaking from a position of being informed and using the data that is available to all of you. The IFP went beyond the results we got in 2019 during the general elections, and we've gone beyond the results we got in 2021 local government election. So our base is solid. The new party that affected heavily the ruling party had no effect to the IFP, and I hope that matter can be put to rest now. Although we wanted to be the people in charge of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, but what satisfies us, a political party that had failed our province is no longer going to be the government of the day, and this is the call that we had made to the people of South Africa, that let us fix, let us rebuild our province, rebuild South Africa, rebuild Gauteng. I'm sure as the people of media, you will want to know what next. This evening, we will be meeting as members of the multi-party charter, because one achievement of the multi-party charter was to push the ANC below 50%, achieved. The second goal was, after elections, we will look at the results. If we manage to form 50% plus one, we will consider the formation of a new government. We did not reach that goal if you look at all the angles. We'll be meeting this afternoon so that we look at one, say, thanks guys, we have made it, they are below 50%, and unfortunately we can't form a government. What is the way forward? We will be engaged in a conscious discussion and informed decisions. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I am meeting the NEC of the IFP, where we will be looking at the results, looking at the options available as to what role the IFP is going to play in rebuilding South Africa once the results have been declared officially. I want to put it on record. We are not desperate of getting into a coalition for the sake of coalition. We can only get into a coalition that will take our country forward. But the truth is, We cannot leave the country at a standstill. The people of South Africa have spoken loud and clear that they want a government which is a coalition, because no one is a winner. So now the message is clear that get your acts together, rebuild South Africa, and the IFP will have an informed decision once we have met tomorrow as the NEC, and thereafter, in a period of 7 days, we will convene the National Council so that we convey our decision, and when they rectify the decision or the proposal we'll be making in the role that we must play in rebuilding South Africa, we will be following that direction going forward when the first sitting is convened and play our role. Lastly, the IFP is looking forward to the first sitting of the Parliament. We're looking forward to the government starting to work. We're looking forward to be a force to be reckoned with. The IFP is going to be a game changer. Clearly, we are going with bigger numbers, which many parties will be crying because they will be losing some members of parliament. Although I'm not speaking from a confirmed point of view, but from the look of the figures, we will be more than what we have been. We will be a strong voice of the people of South Africa. The 13 points plan that we pledged and communicated throughout South Africa will be our guide in every conversation, because we want to remain honest and true to the promise we made to the people of South Africa, so that when they judge us on the basis of the commitment we made. As we said, our manifesto is our commitment to the people of South Africa.
Have you received the call from Inkatha Party, and what is your take on those parties who are disputing the results?
And to add to that, are you happy being in the opposition benches in KwaZulu-Natal, or will you be working with the MK Party?
As I said, the IFP will make an informed decision in the best interest of the people of South Africa, whether in KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, or nationally. But we are not desperate to get into a coalition for the sake of coalition. We will definitely get into a coalition that will work for the people of South Africa. I think I can end there on that one. On the question of parties that are disputing the results, it is their right to do so. I listened very carefully, especially on what was said by Ace Magashule in Free State and the combination of parties in Western Cape. I don't think there should be a need for a recount, because party agents were there during the counting phase. If the problem is on what is in the result slip, is not what was captured, I think the process should start there. From what I listened, to me, it made sense. And I'm very happy. IEC really, where credit is due, it must be given. They try to play the best, to be transparent. Yes, I know there are cases which have been raised. Even the IFP in Northwest, we raised a matter. A recount had to be done, excuse me, because there was a swap of the results. So I'm looking forward to that. IEC knows too much is at stake. They can't lose credit. They will do all it takes to ensure that the process is fair. Where a mistake was done, a correction must be done. People of South Africa don't want any delays. They don't want even any noise. They don't want any violence or disruption. They want a government that is going to deliver on the mandate it promised them.
All right, thank you. That was the IFP leader, Mr. Hlabisa, making his way into the results center, of course, stating that he is quite happy with the IC's work, listening to the concerns of the objections, stating that maybe the error may have been in the results slips and the capturing, but not necessarily in the counting, because the party agents were there. Of course, he's not committing to any of those coalitions. We know that we are dealing with an election where the national results show that that there's no outright majority by any political party. So, of course, there's going to have to be some coalition or some agreement, but he's not committing to that, rather at this stage, stating that there is a meeting with the multi-party charter. They have achieved their goal of unseating the governing party. Then they'll be discussing further if they're going to take it beyond that issue. Then, of course, there's a big issue of KwaZulu-Natal. He took the moment to address or dispel the notion that the MK party had swept out the province, actually stating that the IFP had grown in the province, including from the local government elections, stating that they're very happy with their results and they quote unquote not desperate. However, we'll see in the coming days what these so-called discussions will materialize, and then of course how these objections, if material or not, will affect the 2024 national and provincial elections. That's Mr. Hlabisa, flanked with the IFP, making his way in. Of course, we continue to give you rolling coverage from the National Results Operations Center as we continue to give you those results coming from this pivotal, crucial election.